No lie, I kind of want to imagine what the Kirby transformations for every character that's not from Smash on this will be. That would be an interesting time. We already know Sweet Tooth.
I really kind of want to see Kirby Lara Croft.
Especially PS1. I imagine he gets the polygonal boobs.
I kind of hope that he just turns into just a set of boobs. He's just a tank top with feet.
Fire!
No mouth anymore.
Welcome back, folks, to our final quarterfinal or semifinal? Final semi. It's the last Final Four matchup. That's in this one, we've got Megaman X taking his blaster over to Kirby. Fire! And in this one, Kirby has no limbs.
What is with you and the additional hazards on every single one of them?
Alright, fine. Neither of you have limbs for the rest of the tournament. Who is hot dog rolling into the other one first and winning?
Kirby does have the ball transformation where he just bounces around, so he's prepared for that.
I was going to say, I don't know what Mega Man would do in that situation. Probably jump on his Maverick bike and run him over.
Well, I guess luckily we're not going to have to find out because it is a standard death battle matchup.
Thank God.
All right.
And folks, you can tear up your at-home brackets because this has got way out of hand.
It's been busted.
All the plans that we had were gone.
We've got a 14th seed going up against our 15th seed.
With the winner taking on the 8th seed.
Also, don't read into that much. They were random numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
I lost last round, so I'm going to take the pick of deferring. I'm going to let Kirby start this one off.
All right. Pollo, pollo. Pollo, pollo, pollo. Pollo. All reality. So, Kirby, we know Kirby's abilities by this point. There's no need to really rehash what he has. We've already established both in video and off of recording. As far as this match is concerned, when Kirby absorbs Megaman X for his abilities, he does not get all of the Maverick additional abilities. He gets just the base Megaman X abilities. So that does change everything. So he does not get a Hadouken from it. He just gets the Mega Buster, that movement Mega Buster stuff that he gets. So that is what he gets from that, just to put that out there. But realistically, the biggest issue with this match in general is they're both very adaptable fighters. That's going to be what it comes down to ultimately. So, I mean, I'm not going to take the whole time. I'm just going to say, reminder, Kirby has his stone transformation. That's his big invulnerability thing. He can move while he's charging his hammer. That hasn't really come up, but he can move around while he's charging his super strong hammer attack. The sword attack does get major height and distance when the shockwave, but he can also move from side to side with it. So Kirby has a lot of movement options. It'll just be interesting to see what he does against a very mobile kind of character. That's been Mega Man X's big thing, is that he's been able to move while attacking. And Kirby has that same ability. It's just, instead of having that range of blaster and special weaponry, he is just a very moving, mobile kind of target. So I yield those last 15 seconds.
So when it comes to Mega Man X, and like we said, one of the important differentiating things we came up with is when Kirby absorbs Mega Man, he absorbs just Mega Man, his base form. He doesn't get the Maverick's powers. He also doesn't get the suit upgrades, which one of the things that I think is going to help Mega Man X in this battle is Kirby's already a fast character. He's super fast.
Fast as Mega Man's fought in tournament.
But the fact is when Mega Man gets that increase in his speed, he doubles his speed that he has. I would say that at this point, Mega Man X and Kirby have the same speed. The other thing, too, that I would lean on is, even though Mega Man X isn't your defensive type of character, he is an evasive and basically run and gun, as we've said, for every single one of these matchups. He has very good evasive skills where he can double dash to get away. He can jump on walls. He can actually cling to the walls and shoot while attached to the walls. He has that Hadouken ace up his sleeve, the same move that has taken down bosses in 2 hits. I think that the fact that his weapons change and this isn't something that Kirby can actually absorb is one of the things that's going to be basically not only a boon for him, but maybe the actual linchpin in his victory. Even if Kirby were to absorb those single attacks, all of his power sets are set up where one of his other powers overpowers that set. I think this is a win for Mega Man X.
This is good. This is tough. Question for Kirby. I'm going to try to keep my questions short here.
Okay.
For the finals. Semifinals. What is Kirby's damage resistance to the kind of weapons Mega Man is bringing to this fight?
So Kirby has been electrocuted, set on fire, set in molten lava, drowned, frozen, like all these kinds of situations. But, well, he can't drown because, he just yeah. Well, not only that, but when he's underwater, he doesn't have an air meter in any of his games, so he doesn't,
he doesn't breathe. It's just an endless.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, realistically, like I said, anytime he takes any kind of damage, it's always standard. Like as we kind of mentioned before, when he absorbs like an ice power, he doesn't get weak to fire. That doesn't change. He's always taking a standard amount of damage, no matter what the ability is. So. Electrocution hurts Kirby the same as a bullet, the same as a punch, the same as whatever it may be. It's almost like weird to pull this in, but it's almost like fighting Majin Buu from Dragon Ball. Like he's absorbing those hits. It's always the same no matter what it is that's hitting him. Difference is, he's not regenerating himself like Buu, but Kirby is taking all the hits the same as anything else. So the only difference is like when he's electrocuted, he takes the same amount of damage, but he's stunned for half a second. If he's frozen for half a second, but he took the same amount of damage. That kind of thing.
So through this bracket, Mega Man X has made it based on his speed. He beat Samus because he could run fast while attacking. He beat Rex because Rex was slow as a fucking snail.
And I have to agree with Sean as he said it. Mega Man X having that increased speed does put him on par with Kirby. So they are pretty evenly matched as far as speed is concerned. Unless Kirby gets a warp star, but that's also just completely unfair advantage there.
Yeah, no warp stars. So since Mega Man at his fastest, which we'll say he is for the whole match, is just as fast as Kirby, does Mega Man rely on brute force, like charging up his weapon and going for one big attack? Or does he go for the stick and gun, where he goes for multiple little attacks as he runs around Kirby, full knowing that at some point he'll get sucked up?
I have a question actually related to that, but you...
I was going to say, knowing Mega Man and his play style as a character, it's never brute force. It's always stick and run as you whittle down their life force. In fact, if you try to overpower most bosses, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So I would say it's mostly stick, run, run and gun. And it's going to be very little of powering up attacks because he knows he doesn't have the time.
My big question that kind of might help Andrew figure this one out. How many of Mega Man X's moves make physical contact with Kirby?
Oh, yeah, the Hadouken.
Physical.
Oh, physical.
He doesn't have any physical attacks. Because all of his are they're all range attacks.
Okay. That's what I thought. That was something that, for me, would have been, if I was the judge on this one, that would make a very big difference to me on who's winning that one.
It does, which leads me to Mac, like we should both answer.
Mm-hmm.
With their speeds so close, are they getting physically close together at any point in this match?
I would say at points, but Mega Man, like I said, he is all about evading attacks. so he's constantly moving.
And I'm definitely saying, as far as Kirby's concerned, his greatest strength is that up close, and he does not have the time to charge that hammer. If he had the time to charge the hammer and catch up to Mega Man X, yeah, it would be an easy one-side Kirby's getting it, but much like Mega Man X, he's not taking the time to charge because he's keeping up, or he's keeping ahead. So realistically, there's no charging for any of the skills being done. Honestly, if I'm being honest, the only way that Kirby is winning this match is if quickly he can absorb Mega Man X and gain the Mega Buster. That's the only way he's winning. Because without it, his only range is his sword slash, and it's only the shockwave after he lands. He does not really have a range attack outside of that, unless he absorbs it from someone else. So talking sheer, that's why I asked the question about, does he have any physical contact? Like, if it was all range, he's got the advantage simply because Kirby has to get close enough to do damage. Realistically, if they're at the same speed and Kirby is like 5 feet behind Mega Man X and he does that dashing fireball attack, yeah, he's hitting Mega Man X, but that's not enough to kill him. That's enough to stun him and hurt him. But by the time Kirby comes out of that move, Mega Man X can be moving again.
Or already hit him with a Hadouken.
Exactly. So it's like, it's very much, speed's not the issue here.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing the issue is unless Kirby absorbs the Mega Buster and holds onto that ability for long enough, or traps Mega Man X in a situation where he has him like cornered and he can't run away.
And as we've seen, he can't be cornered. He just runs up the wall.
So, Kirby's inhale, how close do you have to be for him to be able to suck you in? Has been established.
That has not been established. Realistically, as far as spacing is concerned, in game it's fairly far apart. I would say in real life we're looking about the length of this table.
And
like
there would also,
so maybe
it's nothing like he doesn't start sucking while moving.
Right.
He does it in some games, but in Smash he stops simply as a balancing technique in the game. But yeah, in general, Kirby usually stops to suck.
It'd be safe to say if Mega Man stayed 20 to 30 feet away, he would never get sucked up.
Right. And that's why I said unless Kirby is absorbing him in the beginning of the fight and holding on to it, unless he can trap Mega Man X long enough to absorb him, Mega Man X has the win.
Yeah.
As much as I want to defend Kirby and see him in the finals, I just know realistically, unless he gets Mega Man X right away, he doesn't have that range weapon, and he will be constantly chasing him. And while Kirby would eventually get tired because he is a living being that sleeps. That's the other thing. Mega Man X is a robot, as we've established. He doesn't sleep. So I would say, just based off of sheer logic, Kirby eats and sleeps, and Mega Man X does not need either of those things. So if it was a matter of endurance, even though it's my own defense, I'm saying Mega Man X got it. So
yeah, that's where my vote's going. I kept trying to come up with a way for Kirby to win, but Mega Man, he can just keep him at bay.
Because it's never going to, even for the moments where it is up close, Mega Man's going to immediately dash away.
I'll say it's not long enough for Kirby to do the damage that he needs to do.
Mm-mm. So we have our final two, Arbiter and Mega Man X. Not the two I imagined would be here. So I have a proposition for the next video. Let's handle this a little differently. We have debated Arbiter's powers for 3 matches, 4, and same with Mega Man X.
Yeah.
How about in the next video, all 3 of us make a case for why Arbiter would win and why Mega Man would win. We do a gentleman's agreement for who wins the fight.
That's fair.
Okay.
And then I will read through some of the Facebook posts. Not all of them, because there's like 100 of them.
Thanks, guys.
For
if we don't read your comment, it's not that we hate you.
Yeah.
It's the video is probably already going to be 40 minutes long anyways.
And you see my screen load over here.
It takes forever.
Yeah. I got lucky to go with Laura Croft against Lasso. Thank you guys. Tune in for the finals as Arbiter takes on Mega. 2 gunners. Who figured that was going to be in there?
Run and gun.
Run and gun.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thanks.